Yo,
What up? What up?
what up, though? What's going on, man?
We passed the century mark, man.
Yeah.
It's all gravy from here, man.
Yeah, it's just cake, bro. Professionals at this shit now. We don't even have to prep no more. Just show up. Just start throwing. We should do like rappers who freestyle. You be like, give me a word, give me a word.
Get a beat behind it.
Like we talk about anything for an hour. Just give. Matter of fact, we just gonna have to start taking suggestions on like IG Live of like shit to talk about.
We should do that shit one day. Do like a live show almost.
Yeah, we
like
should.
not actually a live show, but put the phone down there. Have the IG.
Oh yeah, the live stream
where they just like throw shit out there. Yeah, that would be good.
That's asking for trouble.
Yeah,
be fun.
No one would come on.
No.
Or some random fuckers.
We'll get some random bot. Oh man.
Yo, welcome back everybody to the Carbon Footprint Podcast, episode 101. He is Juan and I'm Sean, and every week we get together, have a few drinks, talk about things going on in the world, try to focus on things making an impact, whether they be good, bad, or otherwise. And in the spirit of the upcoming summer, we are hitting y'all with some summer drinks. Hit them with the drink.
Yo, Sean came through today with some with the foofy of all foofy, with the most delicious drink in the world, bro.
It was like two white chicks.
Bro, I felt like I should be out this bitch in a bikini and like a boa. That shit is good, man. It's a blackberry cucumber gin spritzer.
Yep.
Is that what it is? I get it right? All right. So, and this shit was good, man. We muddled about 5 blackberries and mint in the bottom of the glass, or the bottom of the shaker glass, actually. Yep. Threw in the shot of the Rangpur gin. Threw in a shot of blackberry simple syrup, which you'll probably have to make, which is basically just take simple syrup and let it infuse with the blackberries, right? With like muddled up blackberries in there.
Actually, man, if you make it from scratch, it's like water, sugar, and
the blackberries.
Yeah, which is crazy, man. 'Cause when I made it, the instructions were like, oh, it's really simple, and it is. But it's a cup of water, a cup of sugar.
Oh yeah, it's 1-1, bro.
I was like, and I'm thinking, no way, this is gonna be like clay.
No, it's an insulin shot, bro.
Yeah,
it's crazy, bro.
But yeah, and the blackberries, you essentially you just bring it to a boil for about 3 minutes, and then take it off and let it sit.
Dude, it's like, did I just make high fructose corn syrup? Every time I make it, it feels wrong. Yep. It's so crazy, man, how much is in that. But yeah,
all right, so go ahead, hit them.
So shot of that gin, shot of that simple syrup, shake it, and then pour it in a rocks glass, or I guess we're using a rocks glass with ice, squeeze in half a lime, and then top off with a little bit of Sprite, and then clap a mint on the top for a garnish. Did I get it all right? Y'all gonna have to check the IG for this.
Yeah, we're gonna have to put it on the IG because he might have got it out of order there.
This shit was fancy, yo. We needed line cooks and fucking sous chefs and all. Sean had all kinds of shit going on, man. It was
but on top, right? So I think the lime juice you put in with the drink. So you do the blackberry with the mint.
Yeah,
muddle that, right?
Yep.
Shot of gin. Shot of the blackberry simple syrup. Squeeze half a lime. So you get like an ounce of lime juice. Squeeze half a lime. Shake that up. Get your rocks glass. Put the ice in it. Pour that in. Just splash it with Sprite. And then clap the mint. So you garnish with the mint. And just like a sliver of cucumber.
Oh, that's right. I left out the cucumber on the top. And the cucumber is important because the scent from the cucumber changes the entire profile. Which, if you're watching on IG, that's not what we're drinking right now. We had too many of them because it is like a filling drink.
Because I think it's because of the sugar.
Because of the sugar, yeah. So by like drink 3, you start to feel bloated. So we had to switch it up, and then now we're doing like our usual gin and tonic with the Saint Germain and stuff in it. But yeah, y'all got to try the drink. We'll have the photo up and then the recipe on our IG. So if you're not following us on there at the Carbon Footprint Podcast on Instagram, y'all should do it.
Yeah, I don't know what you are doing with your life.
Yeah, you missing out on on memes and
fancy drinks.
And potentially alive. You never know. You should definitely be following.
All right, man. Yo, my compliment of the week is going out to an anonymous donor, actually, man. So I don't really know who it's going out to, but essentially there is a college in Texas. See if I get this name right. Wiley College. and it's been in Texas they've been in business for about 150 years. It is HBCU, and they recently had a graduating class of over 100 students. And an anonymous donor came through and paid off all of the graduating students' balances.
Oh, that's dope.
So I was like, that's awesome. So I can't shout out who did it, but just somebody else kind of making a difference in at least, 100 plus people's lives. The bill came out to about $300K, which is not crazy, for that many people going to
Not
college.
at all. Yeah.
And I saw that number and I was just like, maybe this college is really not that expensive. And actually, man, the college has a focus on social good and leadership. And part of their sort of motto is trying to bring down tuition. So like the 4-year tuition, which also covers like fees and room and board, $17,500.
Oh, wow. That is
That's
good.
really good.
Really
man.
good. What was that? About a little over $4,000 a year?
Yep.
Wow, good for them, man. That's cool.
Yeah. So I was like, man, that's awesome. And their motto is like, go forth inspired. And you go, man, at even at 20K, which is not. If you were 20K and debt coming out of college, that's reasonable.
Super reasonable.
Right? I mean, like all of us, and not some, but the vast majority of us are going out and buying cars for way more money.
Yeah. I mean, these days you're paying double that for almost anything at this point. Yeah. Wow, man, that's awesome, dude. I saw a story this week. So that guy did it anonymously, man. I saw this week. Evan Spiegel. He was a former CEO of Snapchat. No, he is a Snap. I think he's the current CEO of Snapchat. And then his wife, Miranda Kerr, who she
that name sounds familiar.
She's former Victoria's Secret model, and then now she's the CEO. I didn't know, Sean. She's the CEO of an organics cosmetic company. That's how I knew her.
Liar.
Because, I am focused on the mind and not the body. But I guess they were giving a speech at the commencement for these. It's called Otis College of Arts and Design, and it's in LA. And then something like 77% of the student body here is people of color, and over 90% of the students receive financial aid at this college.
Okay.
And I thought it was cool, man. During the speech, they say, we know that for most of you and your families, the shared burden of student debt is a heavy price that you paid for an exceptional Otis College education. We understand that this debt can compromise your future and limit your creative ambitions. We do not want to see this happen. We want to empower your imagination, your creativity, and your innovation. And so with that, they announced that they were basically donating the money to the school, and then the school would use it to pay off these kids' tuitions.
Oh, wow.
So it's about $10 million.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, man.
What school is this?
Otis College of Art and Design, man.
The hell is that?
It's cool, man.
Is that fucking Ivy League school?
A couple people. It's just an art school in LA,
nice.
man. It's just like a private arts college, man. And I just thought of when you mentioned that guy paid that off. These guys did something similar this week. I thought it was cool, man. It's funny because the current administration got, I guess, a lot of movement with the whole they're gonna forgive college debt or whatever. And I feel like no one's talking about. What are you doing about just the pricing? You should be more focused on the fact that you have to pay off college debt for people. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I feel like it's cool that we have people like this that do this for for other people. But I wish that we would have conversations around why it is that we need this in the first place.
Right. And that's why I thought that this college, this Wiley College in Texas, was exceptional because I go, man, sub 20K for a 4-year degree is phenomenal, and no one should complain. No one in America should complain about that.
Absolutely not. No. And listen, man, and shout out to my alma mater, WGU, where I got my degree. They kind of have a similar philosophy where it's all online. But I think they run you something at the time that I went, like $3,400 a semester, which is probably about $7,000 a year. However, a semester for them was 6 months. And they didn't limit how many classes you can take in a semester.
Right, so you could bang out as much as you want.
You could bang out 12
for that price.
$3,400. So really, the pricing. I mean, I knew people who for the $7,000 got 4-year degrees because they did it in 12 months. Man, they went balls to the wall and just because the model of it and the way they do classes, like you can test out of classes on day one. And so for me, it was great because there's certain classes or subjects that I already sort of knew. And so I would take, what they let you do is take a practice exam.
Yep.
If you score above a certain grade on the practice exam, they let you just take the final. So you can do that all in the same day.
That's crazy.
It was great, man. It was a great way to do it because they're basically like, we're not going to waste your time if you know this. So you just you did the practice exam like day one for every class. And then what that also did was they catered sort of the information that they fed you based on how you scored. So you didn't do well in these areas, like you knew all this, so they fed you the information of based on how you scored stuff. Yeah. So this is a great school, but yeah, it was similar philosophy of you shouldn't have to like sort of break the bank to go to school. Obviously very affordable, and that price also included all the material, books, webcams, everything. Okay. Yeah. So it's cool, man. So
yeah, that's dope to see like, you know, certain whether it's universities or like I call them pop-up schools, right? That people just kind of put together, that they're trying, you know, different routes where they know that we've been doing school the same way for a very long time, right? You figure since like the
1800s, basically, man. 19.
Yeah, probably. I mean, it's got to be at least the early 1900s where you're trying to pump out workers.
Yeah, other cogs in the wheel. Yeah, we haven't shifted the mentality to the kind of people we need now. Which is also why you have this. I think you're seeing it now. We're coming to a head with employees or lack thereof, and because we also have an education system that wasn't prepared to shift in today's world. So it'll be interesting to see how this all plays out, man. But definitely, man, shout out to these people, like whoever that was, man. Anonymous donor, man. It's awesome to just you know, you have the means to be able to do that for people. And yeah, you never know. We always talk on here, but man, you never know what that gift's gonna mean to someone. You know, debt that they don't have to pay off or whatever. Or what, you know. So shout out to those guys, man. That's
absolutely
awesome.
All right, what you got?
Yo, man, I got my karma footprint this week, man. I'm losing myself here, man, because it's not an asshole one.
This is like a couple of weeks in a row.
I know, man. I gotta get back on my shit, bro. I think I've been drinking too much, man. I'm getting emotional.
Next
I don't
week,
like it.
We're not drinking.
I'm too happy, bro.
We're coming in here right off the bat.
I'm coming in here just happy. I don't like it, bro. but I think this one touched me as a dad, man. My carbon footprint goes out to this guy named Gordon Hartman, and Gordon built an amusement park for his daughter who is disabled. So she has she has the sort of the cognitive understanding of a 5-year-old, and she also has a form of autism. And so he was recalling incidents in his mind where when she was a kid, you know, they would be, say, at a public pool, and she would get in and approach kids and start talking. But obviously, it's, you know, for other kids, it's sort of awkward. Like they don't know how to handle someone who basically suffers from these conditions. And so, and what he was saying is that he was asking around to other people with kids who were disabled, like, hey, where do you take your kids? Like, I want to take her around other kids who think like her or who act like her, or because other kids don't want to be around her, and she's so happy and so joyful, and I want to give her the opportunity to sort of express that and be around people.
Right.
And I guess what he found was that nothing existed. And so he set off on this mission, man. He was already sort of a real estate developer. That's how he made a lot of his money. And he set off to build this amusement park that was strictly for disabled kids. So the merry-go-round have the way the platforms are set up are so that kids in wheelchairs and all that could be on the merry-go-round, and they go up and down, and it turns in a circle. All the sides, everything was basically accessible for them. And this is back in 2007. He set to do this. The park opened in 2008. Cost him about $34 million to build.
Damn.
The park loses about $1 million a year, so he counts on donations and fundraising and all that to sort of keep it open. But he's constantly still investing into the park to make it better and to add components to it.
Yeah. Does it lose money because the people that go there just don't have it, and then
I think it's just operating costs or something like that. They probably just don't have enough people, and maybe if he raised prices, he could probably cover it a little, but maybe it makes it inaccessible for others. So it's sort of like I'm not in this to make money,
right?
Sort of in this to for the cause, if you will. So it was really cool to see this. So he called it, and so the daughter's name is Morgan. Morgan Hartman, and the name of the amusement park is actually called Morgan's Wonderland, which I thought was awesome. That's so cool. And the reason it popped up again, so even though this opened back in 2010, was that this year this month, he completed a water park same thing. And the water park is fully accessible to disabled kids. So whether you're in a wheelchair, and then what I loved about it is that he's consulted with medical physicians, with therapists, with psychologists, with everything to basically provide services there and give expertise so that they know they can cater to like all kinds of kids with special needs. So yeah, man, just saw that, man. And I thought like the love that you have for your kids has like no bounds. Like for you to do that and then be retired and then just go like, I'm gonna put in all this work so that my daughter can have a place, but not just my daughter, but people like my daughter. And then, you know, like I'm like, man, what other things in life will make you do stuff like that, man? And I'm like, there's not many.
So he's retired.
Yeah. He's
That's
retired.
awesome.
He made a lot of money doing his stuff, but he's
Yeah.
put it all into sort of doing this. Like,
That's what I'm thinking, man. Like he started
closed his business to do this.
Yeah, and I say even for him, right, to go through, you know, to have his sort of his moneymaker be real estate, and then he goes, I'm gonna totally switch it, and now this is my new focus. You know, he has like almost like a second life.
Yeah,
as far as
work is concerned, man, and it's so cool, dude. He ever since it opened, he's had over 1 million visitors from 67 countries, and from all 50 states in the U.S. A third of the staff has disabilities, and entrance is free to any guest with a condition. So if you go take your disabled,
that's the operating loss.
Yep, that's the operating loss. So it's just it's a beautiful thing, man. I can't believe I haven't heard of it. So he's like, we open every year knowing that we're going to lose over $1 million, and we need to recover that through fundraising and partners. So this year the theme park was expanded with the opening of Morgan's Inspiration Island, a fully accessible water park. So the water park's called Morgan's Inspiration Island. So just a cool ass thing, man. In Texas.
Oh.
So man, the park is in Texas. I'm trying to get
everything's bigger in Texas.
Yeah, I'm trying to get the name of the city that it's in. But Google Morgan's Wonderland, guys. I think I'm definitely gonna add this to the list of the things. I want to see how they fundraise and what they do, because it's definitely one of those things where I'm like, I would love to participate somehow in something like that. Because yeah, man, I just thought it's in San Antonio.
Okay.
I was trying to find what it was. So, yeah, I've never heard of a facility like this. I've seen parks that have sections for kids like this, but for the entire park to be catered, and if you go on the site, man, and they have pictures of you know, everything from kids with cerebral palsy to you know, like autism to Down syndrome to everything, and these kids are in a park and they're just having a good time. They're normal kids and they're around other kids like them, and it's just really cool, man. So I saw that story, man, and really inspired me to just again, man, just think about like what other things in life are you willing to sort of go that far for, man? Like, and your kids.
There's nothing like your kids, man.
No,
right?
man.
Like
Really,
I mean, you'll give up. I mean, you know, women do it all the time, right? They give up careers.
Yeah.
You know, give up, and I wouldn't say give up sort of aspirations, but I think that when you have kids, sometimes your aspirations change.
Dude, but and then they also make you give up your own happiness, right? Like kids will make you forgo your happiness. So that sort of for theirs, man. And I think they're the only like, it's like the only thing in life you can think about that you sort of put before you almost unequivocally. Most parents, not all, but like most parents, where you just go like you really do that, and it's like selfless, and you know it's unconditional love, if you will. So yeah, man, I just saw that. I thought it was so cool, man, and to see that the park and watching the pictures of it, it just looks so cool, man. And they literally have like water rides and something like a Splash Mountain type thing, and it's just so cool, man, that they put in this.
But no, it's true, man. Like seeing your kids happy, like makes you happy.
Absolutely, man.
You know, this past weekend, for my birthday, we went. My wife got all of the guys in the family. Juan came along with us because he's family.
Yeah, man.
And we went on like a deep sea fishing trip in the Gulf, and it was so cool. And it was funny. Like before we went on the boat, I was thinking about like hopefully I catch a bunch of fish, blah 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 blah, right? And it turns out that I was really just kind of like helping my 3 sons, and then finding joy in them catching their fish, and why it's fun, like watching them have anxiety and when they and when they first, because let me tell you, when they dropped the line, one of my sons, he was very vocal, and he's just like, oh my God, I have like so much anxiety, and then they think they feel shit, but it's not.
It's like the waves.
Yeah,
and
I kept telling him, I'm just like, no, man, listen, like when it bites, like or when it hooks, you're gonna know.
Yeah, like it's unmistakable. Yeah,
right. Yeah. But to watch them kind of go through that, and then pull one up, and their excitement. I had excitement on one side, Another one of my sons he pulled up a fish that he didn't even know he had one hooked. He was just kind of bringing it up to check his bait. I guess he didn't feel it. But then when he brings it over the boat and sees it flop on the boat, he was like, "Oh man, like I don't really want to kill it. Like, can we just throw it back in?
Toss it back in?"
And I was like, "No, bro, that's food."
Be like, you can look the other way. I'm gonna toss it back in. Wink, wink.
And then I had my last son who didn't want to go, and then poor guy, he didn't catch anything. So I think for him, he was just like, yeah, like had a good, I think afterwards he told me like, yeah, I had a good time, but I'm
you
good.
wanted to catch something when you
I'm good on the fishing.
That was a great weekend, man. I had a great weekend. I appreciate you guys including me in that, man. That was such a cool time. But even like me, I go for the hang. I think I was telling you before, like I almost go expecting not to catch anything, and I go for the hang, man. It's cool to just talk shit. And it's funny, man, that you say that about the kids because at first I went, damn, man, that sucks. Sean can't fish because I seen you sort of working and you come back and forth. And it did dawn on me at some point in time. I went, you know what, man? He's probably having equally as much fun watching the boys. Yep. And you said you're baiting and stuff for them. You're doing that stuff for them. And you're just like, no, man, you guys have fun. Like, just that in itself, like you said, watching them catch stuff and do that, like, it's gonna be fun for you. So it's just like, again, man, you're just like, I'm not here for me. You're here for the hang and to do that stuff. But
yeah, I thought I was fun. There. I thought I was there for me until we got there.
Yeah. yeah. Then you realize real quick, like, no matter how old your kids are,
doesn't matter, man.
Dude, I thought the age of your boys that they'd be pretty self-sufficient, right? Yeah, it's like
when anything new, right?
Because never.
It was even watching them, drop the line into the water and then like letting go of the reel too fast.
Oh,
and then you get the whole shit gets tangled. So it's like, no, I gotta keep your thumb on it. Like, so I'm just giving them. I'm sitting there when the guy came on the boat. One of the crewmen came over to where the kids were and gave the instruction. I knew it because I had done it a few times. Yeah. But I go, no way these guys are remembering that. And sure enough, bro, all of them.
Hey, listen, some of the adults I was with didn't know it. I'm not going to name any names because I like them. But y'all know. I had to hook bait and everything for a couple people.
Y'all know who you are.
Y'all know who you are. And they were like, and they did the same thing, bro. They let the line go and the whole thing was spooled. I'm sitting there trying to untangle it for them and fix it. Yo, it was hilarious. So I had my own kid I was looking after.
That's when you go like, here, bro, take mine. And you go fix this shit. It's already in the water.
That's so something I would do. I'm surprised I did it. Oh my god! But it was a good time, man. I had a great weekend, man. That's awesome, dude. It's so cool.
So, yo, from the good stories, man, let's get into this. You seen this mass shooting in Buffalo, man?
Yeah, I heard about it, but I didn't see like a lot of I've seen little snippets here and there of what it might have been, but like not. You know what's funny, man? Is I saw the alerts and I saw people sending me stuff, and it was Saturday when we were like out there, and I just went, nah, I'm not ruining my my weekend. I'm good.
I don't want to read about people dying.
Yeah, I don't want to read about that shit. And then I go, this is gonna be another one next week. You know what I mean? I was like,
and wasn't there like another something like a few days later?
3 or 4, like in the same day or something crazy. I don't know, man.
But this one, I'm sure most of you heard about this. Buffalo, New York. Peyton Gendron, which I hate even saying people's name because I don't want to give anybody I don't want to give people that I deem to be sort of like that do bad shit publicity. But this guy went into a predominantly black neighborhood and went into a local grocery store and planned it out and went in there and he shot 13 people, killed 10 of them. And then three of them obviously the injured. I don't know if they have life-threatening injuries or not. But I don't know how old he was, but he's a young kid.
Yeah, he was like 20,
like in his 20s.
Yeah, something young. Yep. Dude, I saw a clip of somebody saying that because they were standing next to a black person to talk to, it was a white guy.
Okay.
And I can't remember if he shot at him or he told him something like get away from that person or something. But the guy was like, man, I was targeted because I was next to a black person, like, or because I was talking to a black person or whatever. Bro, and I was like, now imagine being black, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like this guy's whining like and crying. Like, listen, I know he went through a traumatic experience, but it was kind of like, oh yeah, I was targeted because I was by a black person or or whoever he was talking to or something in the supermarket was black. I'm like, all right, bro, but now imagine being the black folks in there. Like, the fuck?
Yeah, right. So like, bitch, you could have moved.
Bitch, and then I did see like this guy's sort of ideology. I saw a picture of the gun, and he had written things on there like
a bunch of racist
like
shit,
save
right?
the race, or like we're losing out on our race. He's basically thinking that white people are in danger, and that he needs to sort of like eliminate black folks so that they don't eliminate the white race. It's dude, the rhetoric is very similar to like Tucker Carlson has like a lot of this weird like
Really?
a lot of this like white people are sort of like oppressed sort of mentality in this whole shit.
Yeah.
And I know, listen, I don't watch Tucker Carlson a lot for obvious reasons, but like I had made it a point in the past to sort of see it because I like to expose myself to sort of the different, like,
Yeah.
I'm like, what feeds you're crazy, bro? Or what is it that you're spewing? Tucker Carlson is someone that, to me, that very much is performative. Like, I don't think he believes, like, half of the shit that he says. I think he does it for the ratings, and he does it to pander to a base, and he does it because he obviously gets a lot of money to think that way. So I don't necessarily think he believes the shit he says. But I wonder, man, if you got to look at shit like this and go, "Fuck, man, I'm causing like a lot of harm." Because
I don't know.
I hate the narrative that these
Tucker
guys
Carlson's
suffer from a
not-
mental illness, right? Like this guy's
Right.
written fucking manifestos online about the white race and all this shit. I go, you didn't suddenly get stupid, bro. Like, or you didn't suddenly get this mental illness. Like you're capable of writing manifestos that are pretty, like, they were worded, like in a pretty mature, eloquent way for a racist, like narrative. And then suddenly, like, I hate that we give him this pass, like, oh, it's mental illness. Like, no, fuck that. Some people are just dicks, bro. Like,
But I will say, so, and one of the stories that I read was kind of going into this guy's diary, and so some of his history goes back into like high school, where he seemed to be even troubled back then, where they were like, almost like, oh, what do you want to do after graduation? And this guy was sort of heard saying, I want to do like a mass shooting. And so much so that it got reported, and then somebody brought him in for like a mental health evaluation. But it wasn't, the guy wasn't arrested or anything like that, so it wasn't necessarily on his record. But then they also went into, the guy had like an online diary, and you could see in his diary that he was really struggling with his thoughts. And even goes in his diary, goes like, fuck, like, I don't even, like, I might be mentally, I might suffer from a mental illness. Like, he even says that. And then he goes, like, he talked about not really wanting to do it, but I guess during COVID, sort of had a lot of time to research shit and right. So he was going on these message boards, and some of these messages, and they mentioned it in the article, but I'm not even going to mention it.
Affirmation instead of information.
But it's essentially right. So it's like these, and he was in his diary, he would go like, man, like, I'm struggling with this. Like, I don't think this is probably the right thing to do, but I'm not really sure. And then essentially he would go on these message boards, and message boards would kind of get him hyped up.
Hype him up, yeah.
And he even talked about being suicidal. He wanted to kill himself. So
just do that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but again, like, I don't know what it's like to be. I don't feel sorry for the guy, but I just go like, I don't feel sorry for him in the fact that like you went the wrong way, and then you killed all these people. But man, like, I wonder, and I don't want to know what that's like, but I wonder what that's like to be inside of a head of somebody like that, who is struggling with his own life.
Yeah, I struggle with I guess empathizing with these guys, because I feel like to an extent you could make an argument that we all suffer from some sort of mental illness, and then I feel like it's become such a buzzword now that we use it too loosely.
Oh, that's interesting.
Like, I feel like everyone, I'm a little weird, right? Like, I'll be the first to admit.
I mean, we all are, right?
Yeah, we all are. So then where's the line between you're too weird, right? Like, and then it being a mental illness. Like, I think if you tested all of us and there was some kind of barometer for quote unquote normal, we're all off of that to an extent, right? Like, but then at what point do you go, yo, man, my thoughts are my thoughts, and whether they're rational or not, they're not rational to you, right? But they're perfectly rational to me.
Right, but I would think you draw the line at like, do you act on those thoughts, right? Because I think we've all had sinister thoughts at some point.
But then what separates a truly sinister person, right? Like what separates an evil person?
I would say if you act on those thoughts, because there has to be a part of you that goes like, even though I think this and I feel this way, to take action on it is fucked up.
But is that mental illness, or is that just you're just a fucked up human being? You know what I'm saying? Like at what point do we just go, yo, some people are just dicks, just bro. Like they're just fucked up and they think that way and they think that way is okay. Or I don't know, man. Like I just hate that we've sort of given a pass to all these guys like, oh, they suffer from a mental illness. Like I'm sure there's some of it is that it's not normal to think that way, but then again, we made the barometer for normal, right? So like who's to say, like at the end of the day, bro, we're animals. Like we're animals who are looking out for our own survival. For like we've sort of domesticated ourselves, right? Like we have the ability to sort of like we're the only animal alive that knows it's gonna die. So that makes us do crazy shit. Like I think through the course of our life, and so like I don't know, man. I just struggle now with going like I think mental illness is a real thing, and I feel like in this culture we're in now, we started to use that like too loosely, and we started to give it a pass to people. And then I feel like somewhere in there we've lost there truly are just evil people out there, man. And then like, because like, could you make the argument that, dude, think about every dictator ever. Is that a mental illness, right? Is it narcissism? Is it like what, like everyone has, again, like, I'm like, if you tested me, I'm sure I'm going to test off the charts for some weird shit too. Like, I just don't know. Like, at what point do we just go, some people are just fucked up. Like, it just is what it is. Like, so I hate it.
And I don't think that mental illness necessarily gives them a pass. Maybe mental illness is the nice way of saying you're fucked up.
Maybe.
You know what I mean, right? Like like you just said, like we just sort of come to the realization that some people are just fucked up, and maybe we just like, well, that doesn't sound nice.
Yeah. I also think if you struggle, like if you're lucid enough to go like, man, these thoughts aren't normal, yada yada yada, then you're also lucid enough to go get yourself help. Like if you're really struggling with, man, I'm feeling this way, that doesn't feel normal to me, I don't want to think this way, yada yada yada, but then you go to the source. Like you can't go to the problem for the solution, right? So then you go to a message board of a bunch of other people who think like you, who like, again, it's affirmation, not information.
It's affirmation, right?
Yeah, and then it's like, why wouldn't you just go check yourself into a mental health facility? Why wouldn't you? I mean, maybe you did, I don't know. And so like, I
don't believe so.
To me, if you think this and you truly have remorse, or is this guy smart enough? Like, is his IQ high enough that he goes, I'm going to leave these breadcrumbs because then it looks like I really struggled with this and then I did it. Like at this point, like I feel like anything's on the table.
To save your life,
avoid the death penalty. Yeah.
So then you sit in jail for the rest of your life?
Yeah, I feel like, bro. A lot of these guys are cowards, bro. Like you go, like I'm going to shoot a lot of people, but I don't want to die, right? Like so, I think it's easy to like at least not at someone else's hands. I feel like some of these guys they're better. They rather off themselves than get killed like electric chair or whatever the fuck, or lethal injection. But someone like him, he has to be afraid of death because like most of these dudes off themselves before they get caught. Like you think about it, bro. You just killed 10 people.
Yeah.
You're spending the rest of your life in jail, or they're gonna kill you.
Right.
Like. So you just blow your head off. Like, so when someone doesn't do that in this scenario, I'm like, okay, this guy's afraid to die. He's too much of a coward to do it. Like it's just, I don't know.
Makes sense.
Yeah. It's so I think that, yeah, man, fuck this guy. It's just like, I just get irritated because you watch the news now and they're just like, mentally ill white man, blah, blah, blah. And it's just like, oh, for fuck's sake, bro. Like, like everyone can't be mentally ill, or we all are, and ergo like you shouldn't get the pass. You know what I mean? Like I don't know.
No, it's interesting. Dude, on that, you sent me something about shit.
Don't talk about that on here, bro. Right?
No, not that thing.
Not that. Okay. Like damn, son.
No, the other thing.
I sent you that in confidence, bro.
Now you sent me a podcast to listen to, and it was, what is the guy's name? I can't remember.
Lex Friedman. Lex Friedman. Yeah.
And he interviewed a musician, and the musician it's irrelevant, but in that discussion, she talked about like people getting paid for producing like humans.
Yeah.
Right? Possibly. And so I thought about that, and then actually I'm kind of tying it into this whole mass shooting stuff, and just because in going with the mass shooting shit, It's like, what if you produce bad humans?
You pay a fine.
You right? You fucking get a loan to go like pay back.
Well, yeah, because if we're gonna compensate you for raising good humans, then should there be a punishment for a bad human, or is the punishment no compensation?
Because I actually listened to her argument, right? And I was like, oh, you know what? And I remember, like my wife she works part-time, but she's also like full-time, mom and housewife, right? So, and it's true, like, especially when kids are really young, they do a lot of shit, man.
Yeah.
They're just nonstop all day, and then they don't get paid for it. And producing humans is vital to our society. Right, for the pure principle of
Our
sending people
survival.
to work.
Yeah,
Right?
Survival of the species, and
Right. So I was like, oh, that's interesting, right? If you produce humans, period, do you get paid? If you produce good humans, are you then more valuable?
yeah. And then what's the barometer for good?
Right. But then if you produce humans that go out and kill people, then now do you owe the state?
Yeah, right. Dude, like North Korea, if you commit a crime, your whole family does the jail time. Like,
Yeah?
yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So like, or so we hear, right? Nobody really ever
be
knows.
like, get your shit together, Jack.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm gonna need you to stop smoking that crack, motherfucker. I'm trying to stay out of prison. Like, bro, like I think.
But you figure in those cases, right, the family takes care of it.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, like yo.
All right, don't worry about him.
Yeah, don't worry.
And
We
then
got him.
he'd be like, "Where's Jack? I don't know.
I don't know. He ran away
He
from home.
disappeared. He went to South Korea.
Meanwhile, the dog over there eating good. He like, what the fuck?
The dog been outside eating for a whole week.
What's in the trough? Bro, like that shit, dude. Can you imagine, like, generationally, like, you had to do prison time because of someone? And yo, sometimes it's dumb shit. Like the stories that I've heard,
Yeah.
will be something as simple as like you didn't have a photo up of King Jong-un in your house, and they'll come to your
I
house.
actually heard that.
Oh, and they'll be like, oh, where's the picture of the whatever they call him, the
Right.
fucking supreme being or whatever, and then like you'll go to jail, and then so does your family because you fucked up.
Wow, man.
You know how many people getting emancipated in that bitch? I mean, I don't even know them. I don't even like them.
But I think that there's value to going like, you're responsible
Yo, yeah.
for the humans you produce.
Oh yeah, bro. It's like in class. Remember in class when it was like, yo, if everybody does this, then no homework, or like
Right.
everybody gets a pizza party, and you always had that one kid fucking around. We all keep him in check. Like,
Yep.
hey, sit your ass down, bro.
Trying to get this pizza
Trying to
party,
get this
bro.
pizza party popping. You about to fuck it up. Sit down, bro. Like, we will fuck you up after class, bro. Like, yeah, man, maybe there's something to that, dude.
Yeah, I
that's
wonder how you would do
interesting-
that.
Yeah, because there's so many subjective ideas, like what's a good human, right? Because going back to this mass shooter guy, right? There's a skill set there that you go, it could work for our military. Does it work in the case of like a national defense, right? If you can harness sort of that aggression or that, I don't want to call it cold-heartedness, but yeah,
that's it,
it is, right? It's cold-hearted. It's like the ability to sort of distance yourself from another person and be able to do stuff like that. Like, there's value in that to some, like, to a cause, right? Like, whatever that cause is, there's value there. So, like, do you take people who produce kids like that and you go, yo, these kids are our spies or our assassins or our, whatever, the disposable sort of humans that you use for whatever reason? Like, I don't know, man. It brings up an interesting discussion because it's funny. I've never thought about that. And listening to that podcast, I went, fuck, man, she brings up a very valid point of like, dude, the value in everything is humans, right? Human capital is sort of the most important capital. And It's like, should you be compensated for raising good human capital? And then on the flip side of that, I hadn't even considered that point until you brought it up earlier. It's like, what happens if you raise a shitty human being? Like, are you punished? Do you
Yeah,
pay
she didn't
fine
talk about
to
she didn't talk about that.
She
either.
talked about that part, bro. All she talked about was a good part,
Yeah.
right? So, yeah, man, that's
Yeah, because you can't just get it for making kids, right? Because if they do that today, it's called welfare.
Yeah.
I do and I know you
child
guys-
support for some.
I know. That's true. But I know we both know people that have like, like have kids so that they could get a bigger check,
Yep.
right? And so that can't be it.
I know someone who just had another kid because their kid turned 18, and so they just had a newborn so that they can keep child support checks coming. Yeah, bro.
So hold on. Whoa, wait a minute.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want you to blow nobody's spot up.
I'll blow up their spot out. I'll tell you off air.
But hold on. So they duped the guy who's paying child support already into having
new guy.
another kid?
No, they found a new sucker.
Oh.
So they found a new sucker for the 18 year. Because the old guy was like, nah, I ain't with that. But this would be like their third or fourth baby daddy. And then they're all in intervals, like far enough apart. And this person has lived off child support for a very, very long time, and they just made it so they got it for another 18 years. Wow. So like, bro, yeah, wow. You imagine having an 18-year-old, bro, starting from scratch?
No.
Again, bro.
I'm looking at my kids right now going I'm like, ooh,
yeah,
just a few more years.
Couple more years, you know, the joke is out. Same, bro, same.
What was it? Somebody, I think I heard some comedian say something like I'm about to go from the supporter to the advisor.
So true, bro. You know what's funny though, man, is there's definitely a double standard in that. Because I would think about like my son, and I would be like, yeah, bro, I'm getting advising, but like my daughter, I'd be like, nah, I gotta take care of, you know what I mean? And I would definitely take care of both of them, but I think the idea of like, bro, you better figure that shit out is more for like my son than it would be.
And I wonder if and I don't know if it's because my wife's upbringing, but she's that way about my sons. Mm-hmm. So I have one of my sons who will be like, oh, I'm staying with you guys like forever, right? And I know that's not going to happen, but that's the way he feels right now.
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, like you can live here forever. And I'm like, the hell he can.
The fuck he can. Be like, yeah, he can. Guess who won't
Guess
be
who
here?
won't be here? He gonna support the household too.
Yeah, you gonna need a roommate.
Be like, peace, bro.
Peace. Hope you know what you're signing up for, buddy. Catch you on the flip side. Yeah, I don't know, man. I talked to someone recently who told me that when their kids went to college, both of them, they purposely bought a smaller house so that their kids couldn't move back in. So they have a guest room so their kids could visit.
Right.
But there's not enough room for them to live there.
Yeah. Like we're not keeping your room intact.
Yeah. I was like, that's kind of smart, bro. So like, I sold everything, and then we purposely bought a much smaller house so that they can't come and get comfortable. Like they'll come and visit, and then it's like, all right, bro.
Now I wonder, do you do that because you have the kind of kids that will come back and get comfortable?
I guess, right? Weren't they all though? I don't know.
I don't know, man.
I never did. I mean, I never went back home.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah. I can only speak for myself. Like when I was done living at home, I was done living at home.
Yeah,
and I was at 20.
Yeah, same. I mean, I'm trying to think to that. Yeah, same. So but I also waited long. I was in my 20s already, so I wasn't like 18 and out sort of thing. So
yeah. And I do remember this. I do remember when when I came out of the Marine Corps, I was 24. And our house was supposed to be done being built, and that was the year. It was 04 when all those no, that wasn't 04. Sorry, it was 98 when all those tornadoes ripped through Kissimmee.
Oh yeah, that was before I moved down here.
Okay, so all these tornadoes ripped through Kissimmee, and actually my house was being built, and my house was damaged, but all of the builders concentrated on the houses that had people living in them and fixed those first. Okay. So mine was put on the back burner, and essentially I probably delayed 6 months.
Oh wow!
So I had to live with my in-laws, which I love my in-laws.
Yeah, they're different cool. Though. Do you count that?
No, but I'm saying I had to live with them. But I remember, even though it was fine and treated fine and whatever, I remember like when I finally got my house, I'm like, thank God. Like I can't live. Yeah. I can't live with nobody.
Yeah, you want your own space. Yeah, hell yeah, dude. I can't imagine wanting to do. Like I love my kids, but although I have a running joke with my kid. Like one of them, I said, "This is you the one I'm gonna live with, and you the one I'm gonna go with to have some fun because I've already established that one of these kids is gonna be more successful than the other,
and more responsible.
So I'm like, I'm living with you." And then I need you to pick me up on weekends so we can go do shit.
But then drop me back off home.
But then drop me back off, at the safe space where I know they're going to have running water and the electricity always going to be on.
Yeah, we ain't couch surfing.
I'm like, I'm not, the other free spirit is, I don't trust them. It's like, nah, bro, I'm going to be in this bitch using like I don't know, bars of soap that been recycled or something. Like, nah. I was like, I don't trust them.
Dude, talk to me about these fucking juveniles getting broken up.
Yo, did you see the story, bro?
No.
Oh my god, bro! And I thought about this shit. I gotta open this. I thought about this shit because we were talking about that story last week, and I was saying, like, you know how trash your dick gotta be if it take 2 years to break you out of prison.
Oh yeah.
And I hate to use this because these guys are juvenile, bro. But this chick named Victoria Toon, she was a corrections officer at a juvenile facility in Louisiana. She breaks out 3 of the juvenile delinquents, bro, and they go on the run. And they catch them in this random motel.
Wait a minute. So are all of them in the motel with
her? So, you know, I'm guessing she's on the run, whatever. They need a place to stop. You should just keep running at that point in time. But some tells me she really, really needed the kid.
She needed to stop at that hotel.
She really needed to stop at this hotel, bro. And then what sort of seals the deal for me is that she's got the biggest smile on her face in her mug photo, bro. I gotta show you just because you're gonna, look at her face and look at the rest of these dudes.
So what I'm looking at is it's like 3 black teenagers, and they all got like the mugshot look going on. And then one white chick with a big old smile.
And she's the one who broke them out. And she looked like she just got. She's like, worth it.
And I wonder, like, a juvenile facility is, like, how much time are you getting for that?
Not much, right? I would think not for escaping from prison, bro. And if you got a good lawyer, can't you just be like, bro, she's the authority. Like, she was the one who pulled me out. Like,
I mean for her.
Oh yeah, I don't. You figure that's a while.
Is that
bro.
the same as if you're like a corrections officer in a normal jail?
Yeah, aiding and abetting.
With adults?
I think it's worse, right? Like, you're taking juveniles. Like, what else comes out of this? Like, what if she did fuck them?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you figure those charges are coming, aiding and abetting of criminals coming.
I imagine she fucked them. Like, it's not. You
see that smile, bro?
Yeah, well, judging by the smile, absolutely.
And I remember a 16, 17-year-old. That was my dick peak, bro.
Everything was downhill after that.
If you got in my dick after that, you got the poor part, bro. You got the mediocre version, bro. That shit was. Then she got 3 of them.
You got the hickey at 16, the dick at 17. After that, forget about it.
Forget about it, bro. It's like, damn. So she looked awfully satisfied in this photo, bro, and they look like they got post nut clarity. So, like, what did we see?
God damn, I should have stayed in that bitch.
I couldn't stop fucking laughing when I saw the mugshot, bro.
Dude, and now obviously those guys wanting to get out, right?
Sure, yeah.
But man, like, sex or maybe lack thereof makes you do some crazy shit. I saw a story, man. This fucking guy, it was a teacher in Michigan. I don't even know why you laughing. This teacher in Michigan, he got catfished. And essentially, these teenagers, and I want to say they were like 14 and 15 years old, from a neighboring school.
Okay.
Saw this guy's profile online on one of these like dating sites. So they create a false profile, hit up this dude, and start sending him nudes of some random. It's not
like
them.
They found online.
Yeah. They found they found a bunch of pictures, I guess, of the same person and sent them nudes. So what does the guy do?
No.
He sends nudes back.
No.
And I look at that going like, we ain't built for that shit, bro.
No, bro.
Right? Like you just said, like the post nut clarity, right? Before that, the shit's real foggy.
Yep. We won't think straight for nothing. We be like, you want a dick pic? Here's 11. We don't give a fuck, bro.
Be like, she wants. But then I got to thinking, like,
fuck.
Why would you send nudes to someone you haven't met yet?
Yeah, like, do you have to know them first? I would think so.
I would think so, man. Like, yeah. I would, like, right when you talk to somebody on, and clearly they didn't speak, I'm guessing, they didn't speak in person because you'd be able to tell like a 14, 15-year-old.
I would hope.
You would hope, right? And then, so essentially, you probably haven't spoken to her. You've only seen pictures and then you chat. Like, why would you do that? Now, the guy's entitled to do whatever the fuck he wants, right? So, the long story short, he doesn't get convicted of any or charged with anything because it was essentially like consent, right? Because it was
because his intent is he thought it was another grown person.
They thought it was like a 35-year-old woman.
Okay. So in his mind, his intent wasn't to send it to minors, even though that's who sent it. Fuck, bro. Yo, man, I'm so glad I'm not on these. Yo, can you imagine what it'd be like to be on these dating apps? Is that what you gotta do, bro? You gotta send dick pics and stuff. I can't even imagine, like, what's that like to somebody you hadn't met yet?
That's what I'm saying. Like, there's
you talking back and forth, like, hey, what do you like to read? And like, you trying to get to know somebody. Then it's like, let me see your pee-pee, bro.
Let me see if it's worth it.
How the fuck does that come up?
You be like, forget it.
Then again, never mind. Imagine you get ghosted after a dick pic, bro. Damn, man. I don't think my ego can handle that, bro.
Yeah. It just goes silent.
It just goes silent.
The fucking the profile disappears.
Yeah, bro. She deletes her whole shit. Can't find her no more.
Springs up as Kate.
And I say this, but as guys, we would definitely be like, let me get some nudes. But then I can't imagine me sending a dick pic if I ain't met you, bro. I'm not confident enough to just be out here. Yeah, that's weird, man. I don't know. Dude, and the whole dating, I know it's so normal for everybody now, but the whole even online like Tinder profile thing is just bizarre to me, man.
But Tinder's like for fucking, right?
Yeah, like Bumble is supposed to be more for like dating. Tinder's just for hookups. Yeah,
Tinder's like you're somewhere for whatever.
Which I can sort of understand that. Like, I guess, bro, I guess to that point then, man, if you just trying to fuck, then maybe we should see the cash and prizes, right? like if you just trying to fuck, like,
I didn't think about that.
Yeah, like then I should see what. Like, I'm not gonna pull up if it's trash. Like, let me see. Yeah. So if you want to see, I guess if you got to see the dick. But then on the flip side, I'm gonna be like, man, let me see the JJ, bro. Make sure they ain't roast beef, looking like it got ran over. Like I gotta be like, nope. Like if there's still people coming out of there, like I'm out. Like,
and I need like a time date stamp on that shit.
Yeah, exactly, bro. I need to hold you
stand next to the newspaper.
With a newspaper. I need you holding a current newspaper, and then spreading the lips. I want to make sure there's a human still inside. Like, that's so fucking weird, man. I don't know. I'm glad I don't have to do that, bro.
I just, and I didn't see in the story like why the kids would do that.
I mean, it's funny. I see why.
I guess for them.
For them, yeah. As a 14-year-old, 15-year-old, I would have definitely done this.
And then they spread the nudes around because they had friends in the school.
Y'all want to see Mr. Sheffield's dick? Yo, that's gotta. Yo, do you have to ask for a transfer of schools?
Fuck, man.
Like, would you
in
continue
this day
going?
And age, bro?
You have to, right?
Like, you have to leave the state.
Yeah, you would have to, bro. Unless you packing, then you like, yeah.
Be like, I told you.
Yeah, I told you. Tell your mom I said what's up. Like, I'd be like, yo, if I had a flattering picture of my dick, bro, let some kid make a comment.
So maybe that was it, right? Maybe he did, and then he just goes like, she wants to see it. Fuck it here.
Fuck it. Yeah.
If it gets out, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, like, whatever, bro. Some of us don't give a fuck. We'll be like, show it to your friends. I don't give a shit. Let's get some feedback. The more the merrier.
No, please show it to your friends.
I'd like their honest feedback. Bro, do you? I don't know. I would have fun with that shit, too. If they saw it, I'd be like, listen, I like, funny story. I attached it with your report card when I said
Sent it to the wrong woman. That was
turns out your dad liked it too. Wildin', bro. Oh man.
Yo, hit me with the Spirit Airlines. What's
That's
going
gotta
on
be.
with that?
Yo, I had this story up here, man, for a couple of weeks, and I was bummed out that we didn't get to bring it up before. But it gave me a little relief because you know how I feel about Spirit Airlines. We talk about Spirit here all the time.
Yep.
But Spirit Airlines right now, the union officials have been complaining because the crew. They're saying the Spirit Airlines has the crew sleep on the floor of the airports and being stranded for 30 hours at a time. So it just gave me comfort in knowing that Spirit treats its employees equally as shitty as they treat the customers.
And dude, well, I shouldn't say that. I should say all airports have surrounding hotels.
Yes. And at least some attached to it. Yeah. And
some of them have attached.
Surrounding. Yeah. But
you figure if it's not attached, there's definitely
in the vicinity for sure.
Yeah, there's definitely something. You can't put your people up.
Nah, bro. It
for
costs
a day.
Too much money, bro. As much as Spirit be nickel and diming you,
bro,
and then they
raise your prices, Spirit.
Yeah, for real, bro. Yeah, I would prefer you just charge me more and make it a better experience, bro.
I'll tell you what, man. And when I was flying to New York, I went in last month. No, March. And my wife was helping me look for flights. And dude, she was hitting me up with some of the Spirit ones. And then I go, no, because look, like I got to pay for the bag and I got to pay for this to pick a seat and I got to pay for, I'm like, no.
Oh, do you want the oxygen mask? Yeah. It's another $50. Would you like a seatbelt? $25 each way.
But yeah, no, but if you look at that, right, unless you're like, don't care where you sit and you have a backpack, that is the only way that I can say that it would like financially make sense.
Yeah, if it's a short, like I've done it on short flights and I didn't mind it as much. You know, like hour and a half, 2 hour flights.
And you're by yourself,
and I'm with a backpack.
Right?
Yeah, and you're just like, okay, quick, in and out.
Yep.
But yo, they be using these little Wright brother airplanes and shit, and then okay, everybody get out and push now at the same time. Like, I can't stand that shit, man. They're so bad. I've never had a good experience on a Spirit or Frontier.
I did. I had a good experience on Spirit. Yeah, going up to Atlantic City.
Dude, I had a Frontier experience going into Denver. I thought I was gonna die, and then and the Spirit ones are just always uncomfortable, bro. The chairs just suck. It's like those folding chairs at the quinceañeras. Oh, it's so bad, bro. So bad. And then I'm like, I always buy the more leg room, usually when I fly.
Yep.
And like, I don't think Spirit has that.
Nah,
yeah, no, man. They're just like, I think you can get smaller leg room. It's just so bad, bro.
It's like, do you want to travel down with the bags? Yeah. You can save $10.
Yeah, but we're gonna charge you more for the bag because you have access to it during the flight. So net, you end up back in the same spot. But it's so shitty, bro.
Oh, shit.
But yeah, it gave me comfort that they treat their employees the same way, so at least I don't take it personal now.
There you go, man. See?
So shout out to you, Spirit, for keeping that same energy. We always talk about this. Keep that same energy.
No matter who you
dealing with, and y'all do it for the employees too. So, I gotta respect it.
Dude, NBA playoffs, man.
Oof.
You gotta hit up the final four, essentially, right? You got in the East, you got the Celtics and the Heat.
Yep.
And then you got who the hell is in the West?
It's Golden State and Dallas.
That's it, Dallas.
Yeah, man. That was a surprise.
Yeah, I thought so. That was so too, man. But Patrick Beverley didn't think so.
Yo, Luka was just bullying motherfuckers, and Patrick Beverley been talking shit, bro. Like,
dude, when I first saw it, for those of you who are not seeing, Patrick Beverley is he playing on the Clippers right now?
Minnesota.
That's who he's with, Minnesota.
Yeah.
He came out there talking shit, saying that they wanted to play Phoenix.
I never seen a bench guy talk as much shit as Patrick Beverley.
I was gonna say, is he a starter finally?
No, I don't think so, bro.
I don't know that he is either.
He's a role player.
I will say this, man. He's, from a fan standpoint, he's entertaining to watch.
Sure. Yeah, for sure.
Because he does some like unorthodox shit. And, and the guy can shoot when
he's a troll.
He's on.
And he's a troll, so it makes him entertaining. Yeah.
And so I thought he was a perfect guy to actually bring on these talk shows, because like all of us, right? The guy has an opinion.
Yeah, and he talks shit. He's not afraid to talk shit. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But he basically came out there and was like talking shit about Chris Paul, and like how no one is scared to face Chris Paul, and he can't guard anybody. And I mean, he kind of went in.
Yeah.
And then I saw afterwards, which I thought when Matt Barnes was on some other show, and Matt Barnes put it good where he was like, "Yo, man, slow down. You and me, like we were career role players.
Yeah.
Like you're talking about a Hall of Fame guy. Like have some respect."
What was Chris Paul's thing? The point guard god or whatever they call him, like the GOAT of the point guard. Like, what I will say is I think what he's referring to is like people in the league don't necessarily fear Chris Paul, and I would agree with that. Like, I don't know that you're overly preparing for Chris Paul if you're facing the Phoenix Suns. So from that perspective, I did agree with him. Yeah, but I also think Patrick Beverley's one of those guys that's gonna talk the shit that everybody talks behind closed doors, and he's not afraid to say it out, which is what makes him entertaining in this role. Yeah.
Yep.
So I don't do because I would say people don't even like joining him though.
What point guard are you afraid of?
Dude, I can't think of a point guard in the league right now other than what's Luka. Luka's got to be a 2 guard, right? He's not a point.
Is he even a 2?
Might be a small forward.
He's a big ass 2.
Dad, he's just such a bully. He doesn't look like he's that big, but he's just be muscling like dudes, man.
It doesn't matter who guards him. Even the big dudes that guard him, he's more nimble than the big guys.
Man, I guess LeBron was a point. Well, he was a shooting guard. I don't know.
Shooting guard. But I other than like maybe like a Magic Johnson or maybe like an Isaiah Thomas.
That Jason Kidd would. Well, I don't know that you're afraid of him. But
you're not afraid of him, but they're sort of like the ring generals. Right?
Allen Iverson.
Yeah, but no, he was a 2, bro.
Allen Iverson was a 2?
Snow was the point.
Wow.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Was it Eric Snow?
Yeah, and if you're a woman, maybe just Rajon Rondo you're afraid of.
Or I almost spit out my drink. Dude, is he on like somebody just got like a restraining order, right?
Against him. They said he was abusive or something. Like it's always the little people.
Is he still playing?
He is evidently. I think Cleveland, maybe.
I don't remember seeing.
He's
him
on a roster somewhere, man. He was on one of the playoff teams, I think. I can't remember. He's on one of the first round playoff teams, I think.
Then I missed it because he was with the Lakers for a minute.
Yeah,
and then he
went to Atlanta, and then he got traded back to the Lakers, and he went to the Clippers. He was all over, man. He's been all over the place, but yeah, dude, I can't think of any. I will say, I think Chris Paul is. You said he's going to be one of the greatest of all time. He's definitely a Hall of Famer. On the flip side of that, man, where I will agree with Patrick Beverley is like I don't think people are scared of him. I also don't think people want to join him, dude. How many people have left their teams to go play with Chris Paul?
Seems to be the other way around.
No, and everyone's had the opportunity to, right? You figure LeBron's had that opportunity. Durant's had that opportunity. You know, the Warriors have had opportunities, I'm sure, to scoop up Chris Paul. Like, everyone's had a chance to play. You know, Melo, in his sort of peak had the opportunity.
What is the hit against him?
I think, from what I've heard, is he's very demanding. Like which wouldn't bother me, but a lot of people have said he's an asshole to sort of play with, and then maybe the asshole doesn't match the skill set. You know what I mean? Or like the skill set doesn't match the asshole.
Gotcha. Rather. Which maybe it makes sense because you got Devin Booker, who's a young guy.
Correct.
Right, so it kind of looks up to
right, and you can bully him around, and it sort of works with this team, but it doesn't work with other vets who are looking at you going, bro, like calm the fuck down. You know, like. It's never worked with him and older players. You think about sort of the Clippers, that's where it went sideways. They're saying guys like Blake Griffin and like DeAndre Jordan and all that, they didn't take too kindly to him, like barking at them and doing that. So that's sort of been the knock. There's also, man, like a lot of talk in the league that he's one of the dirtiest players in the league. So there's that like knock on him too, where like people kind of talk about it low key. Like I know like people like even in the officiating circles who go, yeah, that guy's like really dirty, like maliciously dirty. Wow. They feel like So yeah, I don't know, man. Chris Paul is always an enigma to me because obviously he's a great player, and I do think he's a Hall of Famer. But I also wonder why no one ever wanted to join him. And I would agree. I don't think if you're playing a team with Chris Paul in it, I don't know that you're watching extra tape for Chris Paul. And in fact, they shut him down. Like, didn't seem like they were trying hard. Jason Kidd had a great game plan for him after game 2.
After game 2,
yeah, just shut him down. And then in game 7, it was almost like. Dude, I loved where they had the mic'd up Jason Kidd and they were showing him barking.
Oh, yeah, he's on the sidelines.
And he's like waving and stuff, and he's calling. And I love that they did it on defense and not on offense because obviously we know Jason Kidd knows how to run an offense. Yeah, one of the greatest point guards of all time. But just to see him barking orders on the defensive side as a coach, and then as the ball moved, he's like on fire about everything. And to see the way that team rotated and responded to their defense was lights out, man. And I thought that was really cool to see.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, man. I mean, Jason Kidd didn't get a chance to win a championship, right? Because he was with those Nets teams.
Dallas. He won a
Dallas team?
Yeah.
With Nowitzki?
With Nowitzki, yeah.
Oh, okay,
he did finally win one there.
Oh, good for him.
Yeah, I was happy for him, man, because again, those Nets teams, he made it twice.
Yeah,
and he got washed. He got washed by those Lakers with the Shaq Kobe teams, and then he got washed one more time, maybe eliminated, by like LeBron or whatever in the East, like in those early Cleveland years.
Yeah, I don't remember, but I didn't think he won a title, but I forgot about that Dallas one.
Yeah,
but it would be
cool. If he won one, it was Dallas. Yeah.
It would be cool to see him to win as a coach.
Yeah, for sure, man. I like that. I like Mark Cuban as an owner. I always felt like he does right. I hope they give Luka a 2 that's like worthy of, because man, is Luka the best young player in the NBA right now? Like, if not, then
it'd be hard pressed to go, who are you building your team around, and his name is not the first one that you come up with.
It has to be, right? Like,
I just don't. I wonder about his longevity, because he just looks. I don't know how he takes care of his body, but he looks like one of those dudes that when he's 30, he's gonna look old.
No, I would agree with that, because I say that all the time. Like, I've had conversations with my brother when we talk about it, and I go, Luka just looks like he drinks. He looks like your uncle that drinks, but he knows how to play ball. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's just like, he's still got that baby fat on him. Like, we all played with a guy like that.
Draining shit, and you're like, how the fuck is he making these shots?
How is he making that? Why is he athletic? Why can't I block this? Why is he like? Yeah, he has that like feel about him. So I wonder if he starts taking himself serious. Like, I fear almost if he wins a title too early, like now, like, does it hurt him longevity wise, because maybe the drive isn't there anymore. Like, once he wins a ring and he wins it this young, whereas maybe if it takes him a little bit longer, but he can smell it, maybe it forces him to do a little extra work during the off season. Maybe it forces him to, I don't know, like,
it forces the organization to put another piece around him.
Yeah, but yeah, I think you're right. I think time will tell. If he just looks fragile, and it's weird to say that about a bigger guy like that, but there's something about him that you go, man, is this guy gonna hold up post 30? Which is,
like, I don't see him playing at 37.
No, it doesn't look like it. Not unless he has some drastic or maybe there's the way he's built. But then I would say your body's not meant to be built like that, and then be put these hard miles on them, knee wise and ankle wise and all
like
that.
Chris Paul is what, 37, just trying.
Yeah,
and then isn't LeBron at that age as well?
37 also. Yeah, so I don't.
Yeah, so we'll see, man.
We'll see, man. I think that series is gonna be super fun, because I'd love to see what Golden State do. You throw Draymond at Luka, Clay? You just Clay go, and then Draymond come to help once Luka gets past the free throw line? Like, I just how you defend him is gonna be interesting, man.
That should be good.
There's a mismatch up top, and do you throw Clay at him because Clay's kind of long, so that would be fun. But then you wear Clay out on the defensive side. What does that do on the shooting end? Like, I'm gonna be really curious to see how they pull that off.
Or do you try to let, like, shut down everybody else and let him get his point?
Yeah, you just go, Luka drop 50. That's fine. Like, but nobody else is getting anything. And in some ways, maybe you're better off doing that, because you can't sustain that for 4 or 5 games, 6 games, whatever it is. Like, you'll be so worn out by the tail end that if you just take everybody else out of it and you force them to be a hero, then.
All right, so give me a prediction. What you got? Who's in the finals?
Man, it's hard for me not to think Golden State and Miami, man. Going Golden State.
Yeah.
Miami.
Speaking of, man, let's see.
Where's that game at?
I don't know. It's got to be over by now. Final Heat 118-107.
Yeah, I in a on teams where they don't have massive super, and I know Jason Tatum's turning into a star, but like I tend to lean towards the coaching, and Spoelstra's been there, man.
Dude, and you got your uncle in there, Jimmy Butler.
Jimmy Butler, bro. Jimmy gonna do it, man. I feel like there's something about that team that you go, I don't know if they're gonna win a title, but they're definitely, I think, just the experience and all that's gonna get them.
Yeah, I think this year's their best opportunity that they've had in a long time.
Yeah, to win a title for sure. Especially, if you get a Dallas team that's sort of inexperienced and stuff on the other side, maybe. The Warriors, I think, come out of the West just because, again, man, I gotta trust the
pedigree.
Yeah, they've been there, done that. Like when it gets down to a game 6, game 7, the 3-point game, whatever it is. Like, I trust that roster more than I trust the Dallas roster, and I trust the coaching more than I trust Dallas. Even though Jason Kidd's not a new coach, but still, I think Jason Kidd doesn't have the roster that Steve Kerr has. So
right.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go here and say Miami,
Golden State,
yeah,
and then, well, no, we'll leave it there.
Yeah, we'll have to wait for that, man. I gotta tease that, man. We'll talk about that in 2 weeks, bro.
All right, man. How we doing on time?
A minute and 9, man. We're good.
A minute 9.
Or a minute
An hour
9.
9.
Jeez, an hour 9. You know what I'm saying. Time flies when you're having fun, Sean.
Talk to me about bald guys.
Yo, shout out, because I'm gonna join this club here. I'm pretty sure I've been losing my hair for a long time. So I was very happy.
Only in sections.
Yeah, patches.
We have patches.
Yeah, fuck you, male pattern baldness. So, in the spirit of my fellow brethren, and in the spirit of equality, because I know that's how we all care so much about equality between men and women. It is now, a judge has ruled that calling men bald is sexual harassment, because baldness happens predominantly in men. And so if you use bald as an insult now, because it is predominantly a male disease, if you will, or condition, then it is now a form of discrimination against bald men, of sexual discrimination against
Did they say
bald
where
men.
this is?
It's here, bro. It's like
Florida?
Judge Bloomberg calling it. No, man. Is this Supreme Court? No, it's No, I don't have it here. I gotta look. But this is on Bloomberg, and it's a judge here. The hilarious part is the ruling was made by a panel of 3 men who, in making their judgment, bemoaned their old baldness.
Of course they did.
So 3 bald men decided that calling men bald is considered sexual harassment. Because I'm a fan of equality and all, I'm with this, bro. You know how
Good
I am.
call, guys.
You know how I am. Good call, guys. You stand up. Yeah, no man left behind.
Dude, I saw this story that it was talking about like the abortion laws, the recent like abortion laws in some of the bigger states, right? Texas, Oklahoma did one.
Okay.
We did one here,
Yeah.
right past like what is it, up to 15 weeks,
Yeah.
right? Anything past 15 weeks you can't do it. Anyway, in light of all of that, I saw this story of and I guess in certain places, or maybe all of them, the laws are written and they actually state women, which rightfully so, right? Because women are the only ones that can bear children. This transgender dude goes, doesn't apply to me. I'm a man, but guess what? I can still have kids.
Oh,
Yeah, bro. Which I'm assuming at
it's
some
like
point,
a loophole to get around.
yeah, somebody's gonna get a hold of that and go like, okay, any humans can't have abortions, right?
Anything pregnant, basically.
But I believe that the way that the law is written is
biological.
it's like
women
it's
or-
like women. It's just like women, you know.
Wow.
Can't
That'll
have
be interesting because
abortions.
they'll challenge that in court, and then does
Because you'll go like, I'm not a woman.
does the definition go by what you identify as, or by what your biological makeup is? Like that's what'll be. That should go to like a Supreme Court or something nuts like
Yeah.
that. But like, it's a good way to. I like me a good loophole, bro.
Use those a few times.
Like, well, technically, fuck, man, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I thought that was a
Shit.
good one.
Dude, we're gonna be in this weird space now where we can't have labels for anything. You're gonna have to rewrite all these laws. Like, you can't call anybody anything anymore. Like, I don't know where to draw the line on certain things. Like,
You know, it's funny, man. I think there is something to history which shows like historically the fall of a lot of like, and I'll just say like historical like empires have come when the lines have been blurred between the sexes.
that like the Roman Empire, the Greek Empire, the Mesopotamia, the early Egyptian Empire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So remains to be seen what'll play out here.
Yeah, listen, to be fair, too, in ancient Egypt, you were given time off as a man a month to take care of your wife when she was menstruating. So
Yeah.
don't ask me why I know that. It's fucking one of those things. But
Well, I'm glad you know it.
it's funny how this shit is all sort of cyclical, right? Like we think we could have came up with it now, but at some point in time, people were comfortable as fuck, and they went, what else can we bitch about? It's
Right.
like, I should be able to stay home and take care of my wife when she has her period. I would think as a man, I'd be like, get me the fuck out of here,
Be
bro.
like, those are the weeks you sent me on a
Yeah.
on a trip.
Yeah. Columbus ain't got a boat leaving this week.
How long?
How long? Throw me on that bitch. I volunteer. I'll do anything on that.
right, bro. On that, tell them where they can find us.
Man, if you're not already following us, at the Carbon Football Podcast on IG, at Carbon Football Podcast on TikTok, the Carbon Football Podcast on YouTube, Facebook, the Carbon Football Podcast, and then anywhere where you listen to music, man, to audio or any podcast, man. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, TuneIn, JioSaavn, Ghana, Podchaser, Amazon Music, Pocket Cast, all of it, man. We're in so many, and we keep adding some weekly to pop up. You can also, if you have us on Facebook, you can actually stream it on Facebook too now. So it's embedded within the Facebook page, and if you follow us on Facebook, it'll show up in your feed, so you can listen through there. So.
Awesome.
Yeah,
and as always, we appreciate you guys. Thank you for the feedback. Heard from an old friend of mine that I haven't seen in years. Had no idea the guy was listening. Shout out to you, Dave, your wife, Gail. We appreciate you guys.
Thank you, man.
Definitely. All the comments. It was funny seeing people that you had never met this weekend.
Yeah, no.
Like, look at you and go, oh, I recognize the voice.
Yeah. That's right, I did. I'm like, I knew I recognized that voice from somewhere. Yeah, that's cool.
No, so that was awesome, man.
Awesome.
So I think weekly we hear about people that we don't know that listen. So we appreciate you guys. So hit us up, whether it's on IG, on Facebook, or whatever, and let us know what you think. And if you're listening, we appreciate you. We'll see you next week.
See you next week.
Peace.
Bye.